Hello everyone, welcome back to Natalie's makeup channel. To wrap up Halloween season and end off this October strong, I wanted to bring you one more Halloween inspired look. This one is going to be more of a heavy glam type of makeup, definitely inspired by some witchy Halloween glam with lots of added glitter. If you want to see how I achieved today's makeup look, go ahead and keep watching. But you're breaking down my walls again, just to set me free. Let's jump right in. To start off with application, I'm going in with my NYX Refresh Mist all over the skin just to add a little bit more moisture. Following on top of the mist, I'm using the NYX Hydra Touch Primer. Super great for oily combination or dry skin. It's going to add a nice small layer of hydration. Today I'm going into my routine a little bit differently just because I knew I wanted to really do something extra heavy glam for the eyes. I did eyebrows first and then I'll go into eyes and finish off with base. For today's eyebrow, using my go-to, you already know if you're not new to my channel, this is the NYX Precision Pencil. Once I filled in all of the little sparse areas of the brows, I go underneath just to carve out a tiny bit using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation and a small concealer brush. Using that same foundation and taking a large concealer fluffy brush, I'm going to pack this all over the lid just to give some even coverage before we apply any shadows. You can use a concealer for this part. I just wanted to use one shade all over the skin today, so I did use the NYX foundation. It does dry pretty quickly, so just make sure to blend in fast. To start building up our purple base, I'm going in with a single Cosette eyeshadow, packing this on the outer corner of the eye, using that packing motion first, and then going in and swiping side to side very lightly. Leave me. Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? As you can see here, I go and focus on the outer crease and then build up into the crease and draw that towards the inner eyebrow. With any colorful eyeshadow, you want to make sure that you are packing on that color before blending out, otherwise it might create a little bit of patchiness or texture. I would recommend using a white eyeshadow base or any really good eye primer, but today I totally forgot, so just making sure I went in a few steps and really packed on that color. And as you can see here, using that same brush, I'm going in and just building up that shape and really going along my orbital bone and making sure that I drag that out along the crease. Dipping into the NYX Ultimate palette, I'm taking a darker purple. This one has a little bit more of a blue undertone as opposed to a pink undertone. Using a smaller blending brush, I'm going right along the outer corners of the eye just to give a little bit more depth and a different shade of purple. I noticed with this NYX eyeshadow, it was a little bit less pigmented, so I would actually recommend using a packing brush with this as opposed to a large fluffy brush. To add some more dimension and depth, I'm taking the NYX Primal color in super black and a small pencil brush to drag that along the outer corner of the eye and create some more dimension. Once I applied the color with the pencil brush, taking that a little bit larger fluffy brush just to blend out that black. Using a Pixie Black Gel Eyeliner, I'm going along the bottom lash line just to really give some dimension, and then using a small concealer brush just to drag that out the outer corner. I'm not going for so much of a cat eye look, but I did want to make my eyes look a little bit more elongated, so that is the reason I took a little bit more of that black and really drew that line a little bit more outwards. I do love this eyeliner sent to me by Pixie. Super smooth. It's a gel formula, so it's really great if you have sensitive eyes. I did notice it dries a little bit quicker than I'm used to, so I did have to work a little bit faster and then use a little bit of the black powder around it. Once I packed on enough of that black for the meantime, I went back in with that purple and just blended out in those specific areas where I wanted a little bit more color. Switching over brushes to something a little bit more flat, that way we can pack on this single shimmer from Cosette. As you can see for the first eye, I do use the brush just because I wanted to focus on the area of application, and then I switch over to a smaller packing brush just to really get that fine line. When I move on to the second eye, just because I wanted to play around with the texture of the eyeshadow, I do apply with my finger and then go back over with that really small concealer brush. And this is a brush that you can use for concealer or packing eyeshadows, but these bristles really do help pick up the shimmer a little bit more. Popping into the NYX metallic eyeshadow palette, I'm grabbing a mix of two different colors just to really build up the purple and the inner corner brightness. To clean up the eyes just a little bit, I'm taking a wipe and some of the NYX Refresh Mist and just cleaning up to really create that shape that I was going for. Taking that first Cosette eyeshadow we used, going back in with that brush and just blending the outer corners of the look because I wanted to make it a super heavy glam, super smoked out, because we're going to be adding a lot of glitter. Using a purple glitter gel, this one has a mix of super fine and also super chunky glitter, so I'm using this on a pencil brush just to apply right in the middle of the lid. For this, because it is a glitter gel formula, it already has the adhesive built in. You do not need to put any right underneath. Switching over to a regular glitter from Lit Cosmetics and the Kiss Glitter Adhesive, I'm going to apply this right into the inner corners of the eye. I switched over glitter here because I wanted to make sure that it was going from more of that fine glitter look into the really chunky glitter. Using the same pencil brush, just packing this onto the Kiss adhesive. And then of course, once I had glitter, I wanted to add some more dimension, so using that NYX black eyeshadow again, just packing on the outer corners. Before lashes, make sure to apply your favorite mascara. Today I'm using the Pixie Lash Mascara. And for eyelashes today, using one of my favorite pairs from Beauty Creations with the Duo Adhesive Glue. If you've never tried Duo, I definitely recommend the Lash Applicator adhesive. This one's gonna be easier for application and the dry time is super quick. Using that Refresh Mist again all over the base before we go in with foundation. And once that mist settled into my skin, going on top with my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. Using a Morphe brush to blend this all over the skin. And if you've never tried this foundation, you're trying it for the first time, just remember it does dry very quickly. It is made for more oily skin or if you like the matte look, so make sure when applying it to use a larger foundation brush or just work very quickly. Just because I didn't want to get any foundation on today's bright and colorful wig, I opted for using the concealer brush on the forehead.
Love the way you always leave me. Why do I, baby, why do I? Love the touch but never love the feeling. Why do I, baby, why do I?
And as you can see here, I grabbed a little bit more foundation on this angled concealer brush. That way I could really carve out the shape I wanted underneath the eye. Whenever I do super blown out heavy glam looks, I like to do foundation after just to make sure that I'm giving that definition and cleaning up all the under parts of the eye. Once I had my base set for the most part, going in with the cream contour from NYX Cosmetics, using first a flat foundation brush to really chisel out the cheeks and then blending out with the NYX contour brush. I'm using two shades from the palette just to get a little bit of a mix of warm and cool tones. Once I felt like there was enough contour and it really chiseled out the face, then I went ahead and went on top with the Physicians Formula bronzer. To set our foundation and really help blend together our contour and our base, I'm going in with the Cover FX translucent powder to set the skin. If you're looking for a new translucent powder, I definitely recommend this one. It's one of the only ones I found that is talc free, so it's super good for any sensitive skin. Going back in with a contour brush and a tiny bit of extra product on there just to really blend out those corners. Using the Desi Katie Dose of Colors palette, taking the lightest neutral brown shade just to contour the nose a little bit more and drag down that purple shadow. Using a NYX Ombre blush, I wanted to really pull together this look and make it a heavy witchy glam focus all over the face, not just the eyes. So I'm using this limited edition super bright pink purple blush, focusing that on the apples of the cheek and then pulling back towards the eye shape. To bring a little bit more dimension, I'm using the NYX I Love You So Mochi highlighter palette using the purple highlighter shade. And for application, I opted for a large eyeshadow brush. To add more of a pink purple hue, I took the NYX Tropics purple eyeshadow and I'm blending that all along the outer corners of all of the eyeshadow that we had placed before, just to give a little bit more drama. And as you can see, this one has a heavy pink undertone, so it's really gonna blend all of the eye look that we did with the blush that I add on to the side of the face. And popping into the blush one more time just to bring it up into the actual eye shape that we did, and then bringing that along the sides of the face into the contour. Since I added a lot more blush, I felt like it did take off a lot of the powder highlighter, so I went in with a Smashbox liquid. This one is amazing, such a beautiful duochromatic shade. Once I set that into the skin with my finger, I went back on top with the NYX powder highlighter, using that same eyeshadow brush to blend on the cheeks and on the nose. Taking a pencil brush, I'm going into that glitter gel again to apply right under the lower lash line. When applying any glitters around the eye, make sure to be very careful, use very small brushes, and make sure that you don't get any of the actual glitter reflex into your eyeball. For bottom mascara, switching over to something a little bit more lengthening, I wanted to use Essence Lash Effect Mascara. For lips today, didn't use any lip liner, going straight in with a NYX Liquid Suede. This one is definitely more of a semi-matte. I personally feel like it doesn't dry completely, but it gives such a great color payoff, and I personally love the applicator just because it's super easy to go around and define your lips. As opposed to other lip applicators, some can be a bit thick, some can be a bit hairy, and I know sometimes that won't create such a fine line, so I definitely love these NYX Liquid Suedes. Using that Mochi palette one more time, taking that purple highlighter just to give a bit more dimension and brightness onto my brow bone. Once I had finished adding all the dimension and shine to my face, just to kill a little bit of that oil in the T-zone, using the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder, packing that on with the foundation brush. And although the lash mascara did add a lot of length, I did want a lot more color and drama and thickness, so going back in with a Pixie mascara and just building up the color on the bottom lash line. Alright everyone, this is today's finished look. Thank you so much for watching today's Witchy Halloween Glam makeup tutorial. If there are any other Halloween looks or fall glam you'd love to see from me, don't forget to drop a comment down below. If you liked today's tutorial and would like to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to get notifications. To see more behind the scenes looks, go to my Instagram @Natalie'sMakeup. Thanks for watching.